I was born right here in Anchorage, Alaska. When I was born, I knew I was destined to be in the music business. All night long, I'd stay up and just rock back and forth. Now, my father thought something was seriously wrong with me because back there in Ot 54, they didn't have all them psychiatrists and children's people and HD, DDH, and autism and all that. He couldn't figure out why wouldn't I quit rocking all night. But it's because I heard music in my head. That went on till my father passed away when I was about 14. My family decided to immigrate to Australia. I decided not to go. From 14 on, here in little Anchor Town, I had to figure out how to make my way. There was one rescue mission in town, and if you got there on time, you could get a bowl of soup, spend the night, and then you're out for a few weeks. But I made it through. I got a job when the Sullivan Arena opened in 1983. Until the Sullivan opened, we really didn't get any majors. I mean, we got Jefferson Airplane, which back in the day, yeah, they were huge. But we didn't really get too many concerts at all. We just didn't have the facilities for it. Once the Sullivan opened, boy, it all broke loose. Willie Nelson was the opening act in there, and that was a big deal. After that, it was just one after the other after the other. It was Hart, and it was Huey Lewis, and it was just once a month, sometimes twice, there were some major concerts. We hadn't had access to that kind of stuff. I'd go back into the production room, made friends with a guy named Jeff McTaz. Jeff was in charge of all the sound and lights for the shows. Kind of started learning his business a little bit, how it worked. About 1986, George got his law degree, decided to quit the business. It left the marketplace wide open. The way that works is with agencies, territories are established. Like all of Southern California, if there's a show, it's Golden Boys. That's their territory. When George decided to leave, I said, well, who's going to take over? And I talked to George about it, and he said, well, I could help you if you wanted to help me. I knew what that meant. I said, no, that's okay. I appreciate it, because basically what that meant is splitting money with him. If I'm going to do all the work, I really don't feel like I should be splitting the money with anybody. My first event was not a concert. It was a trade show called The Taste of Anchorage. Nobody had ever done that here before. It was just amazing. Next year, took it outdoors. Huge success. In the meantime, we were developing other shows. The Sportsman Show was one that I worked on for many years and still goes on to this day. We just kept moving on more and more. Finally, I wanted to get in the concert business. I started off small. I started off with a guy by the name of Joe Sample, jazz guy, but good, piano player. The funny story about him was he said he wanted his writer, which is a document that they send us that everything that's in there had better be like it says or else. So it said he wanted a bottle of JB. One of my people instead got Jack Daniels. He opens the sack and pulls it out and he goes, what the hell is this? It's wrong, and I'm not getting on that stage until I got the right stuff. So I ran down Fifth Avenue, and there's a liquor store across from the Cook there, and I grabbed a bottle of JB. I got back there with it. He took his shot, and he said, thank you very much, and walked onto the stage and began to play. Right after that, the same agency called me and asked me if I wanted to do Jewel. I told him, yeah, I'd love to do Jewel, I mean, she was on the cover of Rolling Stone and Time magazine the week she got here. Her head was so big that she had to have people just to carry it around for her, All these other agencies started calling me, the big ones, and I guess I became the guy in Alaska. There are a million stories. I did an event called Blues on the Green out at Kincaid Park. Taj Mahal was our final guy. The sun was setting, and two moose came walking right in front of the stage.
I mean, that's about as Alaskan as you can get for a concert. It was just unbelievable.